Staz's list. Well, let's take a look at, yeah, very briefly, we blinked and missed it. But let's take a look at Alutemu's. And for me, Derek, the main thing that sticks out is just the Frostbolt.
Yeah.
Huge. We can quickly glance at Staz's Hunter deck, but if you were here about 3 minutes ago, you probably saw it. So it is, again, the highlight cards, and I feel like, you know, a bit of a Staz special is the Revenge of the Wild and this core deck 1 Rat Trap. It does hurt me a little bit as a massive fan of Scalehide in the list to only see 1.
He just threw stuff on the board, and it was more than good enough.
And here we go again. This is the Group A winners match. If you're confused why there's only been 1 match played, yet there's a winners match already.
Yes.
Alutemu was seed number 1 in his division, which means he effectively gets a free win.
Yes.
So this is already the winners match of a group stage you'll be used to seeing at throughout Hearthstone history and throughout some other games if you follow those as well. But let's go into it. Alutemu versus Staz. Staz literally just coming off the back of a win versus Dawn, one of the best players in Division B, and a bit of a mage specialist himself.
Yeah.
But now I feel like this is definitely reasonable final boss territory, at least for the group.
Absolutely. As either of these players winning will guarantee their spot in the semi-finals. I believe that would be Staz's 8th consecutive win in Grandmasters were he to win this, which is kind of absurd, actually.
It really is.
Against this caliber of player. But for Alutemu, his starting hand, that is interesting, man. He had the Sorcerer's Apprentice. 100% agree that that's a keep. It's one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best card, I think, especially when you're on the coin. He threw away 2 1-mana spells, though, which it kind of makes sense because you're looking for the powerhouse cards like Mana Cyclone in particular, even Arcane Intellect, Banana Buffoon. But that's quite a big sacrifice you're making in terms of the powerhouse plays he could make, even if it was just Apprentice Mirror Image.
Yeah, for me, Mage is very powerful. I will never argue that because I am not crazy. But this is why Mage is also hard. How do you play this opening hand in this matchup?
I mean,
it's pretty difficult.
I would have 100% kept the mirror image. I'm not even saying that that's correct at all. My instincts were just telling me, you play that on 2. You go Apprentice into the mirror image, and then you do stuff. Yeah. Exactly.
But here, like, you have a Giant and you have an Apprentice. You've got Pocket Galaxy that is very powerful, but against Hunter maybe less so because Hunter often doesn't give you time.
Fair.
But now, like, how do you piece these cards together? Because versus Hunter, you can't normally hold back. And if you don't hold back, this Giant does nothing.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Do you need to play Giant to try and do the suddenly I've got more power than you backswing that Mage is very good at? It's so difficult to get this right, and I feel in this matchup specifically, if Alutemu gets it wrong, he loses.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just the game. And it's why Mage, I love the deck, because yes, it does derpy stuff. Show me a Hearthstone deck that doesn't at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's also very tricky. And if you misplay, I feel like you lose maybe the most as Mage out of a lot of the classes right now.
There are no training wheels. Yeah. This is the unicycle of Hearthstone decks. They're
training squares. Well, that's how hard it is.
Yeah.
You just put big squares on the wheels, and then you can't move at all. It's really difficult to push forward.
I suppose it's not a great comparison because the upside of learning Mage is that you can be the best Hearthstone player in the world. The upside of learning how to ride a unicycle is you're that guy all of a sudden.
at a party.
Yeah, exactly.
Who brings it? And now, interesting choice. We've seen Staz often slam a Rat Trap as early as possible in many, many matchups. But Master's Call on 3 is a good card.
Yeah. I like this a lot. I think that, if there is the kind of play from Alutemu of Apprentice, Coin, Mirror Image, Mana Cyclone, blah, 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 that kind of nonsense turn, you want to have the Spring Paws, you want to have the Timberwolves in hand, ready to answer.
I think the biggest thing for me as well is if there's a turn like that, Alutemu probably isn't pinging this Hyena.
Good point. Yep.
Which means,
very good point.
Okay.
So I guess it's probably just another ping turn here. Like, you can't really afford to go unexpected results, especially when there's a very decent chance that there's a Spring Paw in hand now.
Ooh, Conjurers.
Yep, you'll take that.
But will Alutemu?
I mean, the only consideration to ever go Astral Rift there was if he comes with very specific calculation in terms of breakpoints, because Astral Rift adds a card to your hand, so it makes Mountain Giant mana cheaper. But having said that, it's like the Conjurer's Calling is.
I'm going to kind of breeze over Staz's turn here. But look, next turn, Alutemu can play a Mountain Giant, or he can coin a Pocket Galaxy. And I honestly do not know which one he's going to do.
Can he go... Evocation Giant Coin Conjurer's Calling. He's not quite there.
No, he's 1 mana off.
Yeah.
But we saw this is the kind of situation we saw Dawn just play a Mountain Giant in, and Dawn got answered.
It's true.
What's Alutemu going to do? Because honestly, I don't really know. Maybe Intellect pushes it over the edge of just coining Galaxy.
Right. Well, that was the difference maker for Dawn in his previous games, is that when he had Giant in hand, he did not have Conjurer's Calling.
Yes.
Alutemu does, so he has that powerhouse play that he can 100% move towards on the following turn. He needs to be careful, though. What can go wrong? If he just goes ping on this turn to set up for Evocation Giant Conjurer's Calling, what happens if a Tundra Rhino just hits the board? He's in trouble.
I think I do like the ping.
Just ping past.
Yeah. Get rid of the Timberwolf.
What if he goes AI coin ping to try and... it's not really...
I don't think it's worth it, is it? Whereas then you do the Giant thing, and if they answer the Giant thing, you still have plenty of stuff to do. It does strand the Pocket Galaxy, which hurts me a little bit.
Yeah.
But is Pocket Galaxy that good when you have 2 big minions in your hand already?
And I think this is the thing, right, is that Alutemu, by playing the ping and the apprentice here, what this says to me is that he's figured out what's good about this hand. And what's good about this hand is clearly the broken combo of Evocation Giant Coin Conjurer's Calling. That's what he's setting up for 100% on the following turn. And so he doesn't need the Pocket Galaxy yet. He doesn't even need the Apprentice quite yet, as absurd as that sounds, when you have, you're on the coin, you can draw the Mana Cyclone. Like, the Sorcerer's Apprentice is the questionable part to me, but if it just soaks up 2 damage, sure.
You know what else he doesn't need? Staz having 2 deadly shots in his hand.
That doesn't help. That does not help. Yes.
Very much. It's literally the only, more or less the only punish.
Yes,
for
it's
that
bad.
turn.
It's very, very bad. It's not what he wanted to happen.
And that's if Alutemu is not actually committed to that turn yet.
That's a good point. Good point.
He's not made the turn.
That. Yes.
It's just if he does.
Staz with a really weird decision here, where he clearly wants to go well, he wants to play the Tundra Rhino, right? He could have gone Tundra Rhino value trade, push 2 face. What he's deciding here, though, is that he would rather have the full 5 health as opposed to 2 health, which plays around Frostbolt and Ray of Frost.
Very interesting as well,
loses
isn't it?
Damage.
Because this is a very similar turn, and we can see now that Staz likes the Rhino turn, but values a slightly wider board with a potential higher threat. More, because this is very, very close to what he did versus Dawn, and the opportunity he had versus Dawn, but he went for the Hyena play, right? And that, I'm not. He couldn't have made the same play, of course. I'm not saying he's like flip-flopping on decisions. I'm just saying he doesn't dislike Rhino on 5. He just likes Hyena more. Because this is very similar, isn't it?
It is. I don't think I actually like this play from Staz. I think I would rather have seen Rhino and value trade. Because the thing is, with this current hand, the benefit of having a Rhino on board is actually fairly limited, I would say. It's not that good as it currently stands. He doesn't have Animal Companion. It pushes damage. Like, it's not bad, but it's 5 mana he invested, right? It's not absurd.
It's 5 mana is an unkillable minion is the thing, right?
Right. But the thing is, for Alutemu, what hand can Alutemu afford to go double Ray of Frost or Frostbolt and still do something broken? He can't, right? It would have to be exactly second Sorcerer's Apprentice to do that.
Well, Giant Frostbolt calling Ray of Frost would be the turn, I guess.
At that point, he still has 2 1/1 minions in play. He can just go Timberwolf, Deadly Shot, Hero Power, push loads of damage. I think that having a wide board, because he has exactly Timberwolf in hand, was worth the downside of maybe letting your Tundra Rhino die.
And sorry to slightly change point, but Alutemu did make the turn.
He did make the turn. He did not. He made the Frostbolt turn, so the Rhino would have died.
Also, as well, one of the problems with the previous turn is just the Rat Trap, right?
That does put a big spanner in the works, because if he doesn't hit a taunt, or if there's a deadly shot to kill off one of the minions,
it's just... it's bad
dead. News. He's basically just giving up then.
Or even if there's 1 taunt and he manages to deadly shot it, boom, 8 damage. Funnily enough, this Goblin Prank is now buffed because of these Rhinos. It's just plus damage to face on a charging minion from hand, right?
Rush does not override taunt. Charge, sorry.
Rush kind of overrides taunt.
Yeah. Does not override charge, yes.
this is problematic for Alutemu right now.
Oh, he's got so much stuff he can do, though. Double Elemental Evocation is so much mana he can cheat out. Like, is this a 3-mana Giant already?
Yes.
So we could see Evocation, Giant for 2 mana. He can't go double Conjurer's Calling then. We could see Evocation, Giant, Conjurer's Calling, Evocation, Mana Cyclone, and then just play whatever he gets. Like, he could even fit in an Unexpected Results, I think, as well then, right? Or he could not
He's playing
trigger
around
the Rat
Rat
Trap. Yeah. Oh, woof. Didn't play around that, though.
And Alutemu is just dead. He's just
Is he just dead? Is he actually just
I don't
dead?
think he's dead this turn, but he's dead.
There's
Delayed
5
death.
damage on board. Timberwolf is +4, which is 9. +3 from the Goblin Prank is 12. I think he is actually just dead this turn. Oh no, he's a 1 mana
No,
off.
he's not
He's
gonna
1
mana,
mana
he's not
off.
gonna
1
mana,
mana
yeah,
off. Yes, sorry.
But double deadly shot, and then Staz just does that again.
Yes,
Right.
he's not in a good position. Or double deadly shot with the Timberwolf as well.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I mean. And then
So
he can
good.
go
Yeah.
Animal Comp, Goblin Prank, Kill Command. Because it's also not only is it that Alutemu's in a bad spot because of these giants.
Yeah.
He's in a bad spot. Oh, okay, now he just played Timberwolf. He's in a bad spot because he can't really do anything about a 5 health and a 2 health Tundra Rhino without some kind of
Sure.
ridiculous combo of cards.
Does he have lethal now?
Oh, is this? Oh, the
He might have
gone,
had guaranteed lethal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Ah, wow.
Yeah, very
Wow.
easily lethal with this play for Staz. And I
Yeah, I
think
didn't even count the Leok beforehand, actually. Probably should have.
Leok was effectively like 6 damage.
To that secondary. So
Yeah.
you can visualize it now as it's in front of you. But for me, it's very much how you tech on ladder sort of thing. You know, you just put, a couple of good anti-aggro cards in, you know,
Yes.
just to help with the field. And funnily enough, I've talked a lot, probably too much, especially early GM.
I agree.
About...
Full stop.
Look, Derek, I could help you out today, or maybe this weekend, so don't be mean to me.
I will, yes, please save me.
But
One Banana Buffoon, I'm already like, oh, it's so good in the deck. Like, you can get a cheaper Giant, you can go for an absurd Sorcerer's Apprentice turn. It hurts me to see it go out, but I agree that Alutemu is going about it the right way.
Whew. Whew. Whew.
Is that a Pocket Galaxy key?
Alutemu's just made the sickest mulligan. He kept Pocket Galaxy, and it's like, I'll draw cards that'll get me to turn 5. And then just ripped Mirror Image double half-time Scavenger in his opening
Like an
hand.
absolute madman.
So honestly, right, I'm going to throw some stats at you.
Please do.
3 games of Hearthstone we have cast. 3 Pocket Galaxies have been in hand. Pocket Galaxy's done nothing in 3 games as Mage.
It has.
Why has Alutemu kept it? Answer me the riddle.
Well, I would say Staz has had, if you're going for an aggressive game plan, above average starting hands in all 3 of the
Agreed.
games. He's been able to curve out 1 drop. I think he spent all his mana every game up until like turn 4, which is not average, I would say, for Hunter. I think they don't run, they run a fair few 1 drops, less 2 drops, and if they don't find them, they have to go for a start like this, which is still not bad. Just going Coin Animal Companion on its own is pretty insane versus Mage.
And there's double 1-drop as well if Staz wants it. I'm a fan of hero powering a lot, but double 1-drop makes your Animal Companion better.
I'm actually a fan of hero powering not a lot versus Mage. We've seen Staz early on consistently value just playing out his cards even when he doesn't have that many in hand. And I think that's been one of the biggest avenues to victory for him.
Okay. Yeah, I naturally do fall into mindset of just pushing damage when possible, but I think 100%...
Which has been correct for the majority of Hunter's life cycle.
Yeah, and like I said, 100% in this scenario, I wouldn't press the hero power because 1, this is just minions Alutemu probably can't deal with, but also it buffs your Animal Companion next turn if that's what you want to play. And Leok wouldn't be horrible. Oh, how Hoffer's better though.
Yeah, there you go. Love to see that. Alutemu hates to see that. His halftime Scavenger gets a little bit less tempting when he has to tank the extra 5 on the following turn anyway. But I think it's still probably the play. Apprentice Image Ping. It's kind of tempting, actually.
It is. I think you want to bank the halftime now, take the damage while you can.
What happens if they go Dire Frenzy, though? If they go Dire Frenzy, you cannot play Luna's Pocket Galaxy. You just kind of lose at that point. If you go halftime Scavenger into Luna's Pocket Galaxy, Dire Frenzy locks that plan out.
You don't have to go Luna's next turn.
he wants to, though. That's what he's setting up for, right? So if Apprentice image ping sets that up better, then maybe he should, right? Because the two mirror images, it just protects against the Dire Frenzy.
He has no card draw, though, which scares me the most.
I think it's better. I think it's better because of exactly Dire Frenzy. It's too devastating with the other game plan.
I'm worried about Pocket Galaxy with no card draw. That's my problem.
Yeah, fair enough. This is tough. And
now it's tough.
Yeah, the punish is there, man.
Now it's Huff. Oh, Buffer was one of the... I love those nicknames. Do you remember Call the Wild?
Yeah.
Huffer, Buffer, and Tougher? not Huffer, Buffer, and Tougher. What was it? No, that's right. Yeah,
that's it.
Huffer, Buffer, and Tougher.
They are actually... It kind of makes sense with what they do as well. Yes. That's quite cute.
I miss that card.
All right, so this is a kind of a difficult situation for Staz, because I think he was probably just setting up for a deadly shot, first of all. Now, however, the Dire Frenzy seems pretty clear.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say post-Dire Frenzy draw, the decision was difficult.
Enough,
I was like, no, it is not, Derek. Oh.
That helps, though, as now there's obviously the ability for Alutemu to go... Scavenger, freeze the Huffer, and then a sweet VT on the links.
Funnily enough as well, what you've got to remember is this Scavenger is technically negating the Dire Frenzy. Technically, right? If it gets value trades, right? Yes. Obviously, if it gains the overkill ability, it is negating the extra 3 damage this Huff is doing. So
that's an acceptable way to look at it.
Yeah, whilst not perfect, it's slowing down the game enough. And now with 2 on the board... Like, if Alutemu can gain 6 armor a turn, Staz has to consider what minions he can even play. Because you can't just play minions into these half-times.
I like the swing here. I think Alutemu could have considered playing around like Marked Shot, I guess. But the thing is, if Staz's turn is Marked Shot, brilliant.
And you've gained 3 armor?
Happy. Exactly,
like, sign me up to that one.
As things are not as easy as they first appeared for Staz, because I think what he really, really wanted to do was Master's Call coin Big Huffer.
I think Kill Command coin Deadly.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now as well.
I think Alutemu sticking these half times is how Staz loses this game. I think he just wins. Even if he just spends the Kill Command, I think he just gets there.
Yeah.
Or it hurts, but he gets there.
I guess you don't really have to be afraid of Giant Conjurers calling for a while, do you?
Wait. What if you just Master's Call coins in Topher if he gets it? And just says, well, you can't value trade into 2 Huffers, right?
Yeah, but then there's like freeze stuff, right? Like, what if freeze into...
No! That was
wow,
for the
3rd line of play.
Yeah. So many plays. I don't think I like Unleash the Beast. I think it's the one of the weakest.
Yeah.
He gets to kill one, of course. You know, like that's the upside, is you get to kill one off. But that's coin, and coin into a 6 cost to make a 5/2 on the board after trading. It feels a little bit slower than he could have gone.
So Alutemu here with the possibility to... Oh man, this is tough. What is his pop-off turn? Does he go Apprentice... does he go Galaxy into one of his 1-mana spells? It doesn't really matter which. And take the value or the trade with the Wyvern on the other. Or does he pop off this turn? It's got to be Galaxy, right? Like, Galaxy sets up for potentially such a ridiculous turn next turn. I guess he can go Apprentice as well, right?
He could even go...
This is good. This is good.
He could go... he could have gone Mirror Image's Giant as well. It would have got him there, right?
It's true.
He could have done it. I'm not saying it was the best turn, but it was an option. It's an option I wouldn't have been extremely upset about. But.
This harkens back to what I was saying of recognition of when your hand is not good enough. I think Alutemu's realised his hand is not good enough. He needs to draw next turn.
And he has 6 armor, like, from those half times. It's not bad.
I would argue that Alutemu, if he finds any halfway reasonable cards, is winning.
It's just, it's not... Those half times...
They were nuts.
It looked a bit dicey.
Yes.
But they got the job done.
And the punish I was talking about was there, exactly Dire Frenzy. But he kept a level head.
Yeah, showed some discipline.
Yeah.
See, it's turns like that, right? When I'm like, the problem with Mage is figuring out what to do with your powerful cards. Because if you do it wrong, you mess up and you can lose. And I think Alutemu could have lost the game.
I think I was tunnel visioning a little bit too much on playing the Galaxy on 5, which to be fair, would have had its benefits, being a little bit results-oriented, but the Arcane Intellect being picked up on turn 6 would have allowed for draw and then maybe playing of one of those big minions. But that's a little bit more risky, because obviously you don't know the AI is going to come up, you don't know you're going to draw anything off the AI.
And Galaxy is weird anyway, because it's very respective of, one, how many minions you've drawn, and two, how much card draw you have.
True.
Whereas now, like, Alutemu is not really drawing a lot of minions, so even if you play it a bit more late game, what it means is now it's intellect into any minion he draws. Oof. Apprentice on the board, and Rat Trap wasn't played, Kill Command wasn't played. Ooh. I mean, yes, let's just make noises.
These are some powerful plays. Yeah, this is where, I mean, if Alutemu finds Luna anytime soon...
Whoa!
This just goes insane! Look at this!
Mirror image into Sea Giant, into Mountain Giant, into whatever. Oh, we could even play the Cyclone after, why not, right?
So we can go Mountain Giant, Conjurer's Calling. You can't play everything.
Conjurers?
I guess.
No, you're saying he goes Mountain
Frostnova.
Giant.
Frostnova. Sorry. Different 3-mana spell. Frostnova,
yeah, he can, and now, just Cyclone. Yeah, Nova, Cyclone, Sea Giant. Whoa!
Yeah, okay, that's disgusting. He could do everything. Oh my god.
Oh, those are good cards
those are
too.
good cards. Viable for maybe surprise lethal is pretty nuts.
I mean, will it be much of a surprise when you're about to get hit for $1 million? That's also a good card, though. And is it going to help isolate the Giants for the Deadly Shot, too? Can unleash Wolf Deadly Shot. Does that get him there? It does, right? It kills one Giant off deck.
Well, no, because he only has enough room for... If he goes 5. Timberwolf Unleash...
Oh, 4.
He only has enough room for 4. So he could go for a 2 out of 3.
Oh. I mean,
to kill off one of the big boys.
I think he has to. He also kills the Apprentice, right?
Yes, which is huge. That is a big deal.
And what Staz has to consider now is, even though that turn was obviously horrendous for him,
that was
Alutemu only has 3 cards and they randomly generate spells. So that's the...
Yeah.
So he needs to survive this wave, and then you are likely to be okay, I'll say. Depending on those 3 cards, but you can't really do much about that. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Quickly. Close your eyes. Spin 360 degrees. Press the button, and you got it.
Probably the best one, actually, for Staz to be hitting, because it denies the defensive capabilities of the Conjurer's Calling. A little bit more, at least. Oh!
Welcome to Mage, everyone. It took us 3 games, but we got there. Intellect going to help Alutemu dive deeper into the deck. And bear in mind, every minion costs 1 or 0 in the deck right now.
Actually, kind of ridiculous. Was that a banana buffoon?
I think it was a... yes.
Yes.
Yeah, what's it? And the worst part now is...
Just
with
more
only,
damage.
With only
just
1 space on board, Staz can only play 1 minion.
Yeah, which is... Best case scenario, a Huffer for 7 damage. Alutemu is nowhere near dying. Or 8 damage, sorry. Still nowhere near dying. So I would like to see everything go face it, and that's exactly what he does.
Also, the fact that Huffer can't kill the Sea Giant is massive. Double kill command.
Well, that can take out the Giant. As miserable as that is.
Double kill command the Giant?
I mean, he's just dead if he doesn't.
Right.
He's 100% dead. If he doesn't kill off something, he's 100% dead.
Yeah.
So we could see him kill off the Mana Cyclone. Oh, actually, what he could do is go Master's Call Huffer, which is 8 damage, which then kills off the Giant instead if he wants to save.
Does he guarantee a Huffer, though?
I don't think so,
There's
but
he
has to start taking risks.
There's a Scale Hide he's not drawn. So there's a Scale Hide, there's a Hyena, there's the other Timber. Yeah, he's not guaranteed a Huffer. So maybe double kill command and make Alutemu deal with this board. But if he doesn't get Huffer, he loses, right? Because he can't kill the Sea Giant.
Well, no, he can kill command the Mana Cyclone, which means from where he's sat, he's not technically dead.
Sure. I think, I like this turn the most.
Really?
Yeah.
He loses 2 kill commands. That's so much counter.
But look at his
damage.
board.
Yeah.
Like, we can see Blast Wave, right? But
we can see Blast Wave.
Staz should assume his board is pretty sturdy, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, the Huffer dies, and the 1/1 gets pinged. He has a 5/5 and 3 dogs. on average, you know, you'd just say roughly, which is still what, 8 damage, and then he knows he's got Master's Call next turn. Then he's got Rhinos, Huffers, 1-drops, 2-drops. Like, I think this plan overall, although it hurts to lose 10 damage, is solid because also the secret restricts what Alutemu can do.
Yeah, this is pretty much the only play for Alutemu. I like going for it first to see if he gets any spells that shake up the how he trades.
Splitting Image, not too shabby. For later.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Conjurer's Calling, the Arcane
Missiles can go face, right? Like, maybe he even goes trade into the Wyvern, then Arcane Missiles to just get some more damage face, and then ping, because he still doesn't activate the Rat Trap.
What about face splitting image? Okay.
Oh, he doesn't have the. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the mana, right?
Oh right, sorry, yeah, he pinged. Yeah. It would have had to be an Arcane Missiles, I was thinking.
Snap Freeze sets up more damage going to face with the Mana Cyclone. Alutemu very clearly laying out his plan here, which is essentially Freeze Mage.
What's dicey as well is if this Cyclone lives, it can push 4 next turn. The
Very
Fireballs makes it 10. The Hero Power's 11. Arcane Missiles only needs to hit once.
Staz has got some powerful stuff he can do. Master's Call obviously likely finds him a Huffer, but it's also a decent chance that it gets him... Wow, okay, also a Spring Pour, which you could go for.
I think he needs the
Tundra
Master's
Rhino
Call.
ever better than Master's Call?
So he just value trades into the 3-1? Kind of has to.
Yeah, he's just praying that the Rhino survives at all costs. Boy, oh boy, is this not going to work out for him. Master's Call could have found him Huffer, though, which can go face. It could have found him Spring Pour, which can trade in.
The biggest thing for me is, even if it found a Shimmerfly, you just Rhino Shimmerfly trade.
Sure.
You know, like, you can make that trade,
Yeah.
I think, 100% of the time. You can do this turn, except you can have a Hyena plus other beasts.
Yeah, I think that probably would have been slightly better.
I mean, obviously, you know, Staz has moonwalked straight into a Blizzard here, which is going to hurt, and that's just unfortunate, but a lot of Mage discovered spells are AoE, so I guess it's not super unlikely it's cleared with the amount he's discovered.
It's still not over, though. It's still not over. Alutemu can go ping Arcane Missiles, which does not set up lethal. It also does not activate the Rat Trap, which he obviously has to be afraid of. I guess he could go ping Magic Trick if he doesn't care about it.
Yeah, I think Magic Trick just to see first.
I guess. I think getting the missiles while there's not minions in play is valid.
He's doing it in this order because he might actually, do that and gain more damage.
Yes.
Wait, is he going to ping the 5-1 anyway? Oh, I guess that doesn't matter then. I thought he might have gone for, can he double Huffer? Oh.
If he gets double Huffer...
He's got 1 Huffer left. Oh!
He had 2 Huffers left, right? Because he...
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right.
Oh. It's always the dub Huff.
Put your opponent to 5.
He just puts 2 big minions in play.
Yeah, I'm thinking if there's any better way, but not with the minions he's got. You just put your opponent to 5 and put 2 big boys in the way.
Actually, I guess every hero power could matter, right? How much damage? He has 14, and if he goes 2 hero powers, that's 18, which is 1 damage off lethal. Which is a huge break point. That's an absolutely world of difference apart.
2 Huffers and a Shimmerfly in the middle. Dr. Shimmerfly.
Move quickly.
Could go wider with the Hyena and make it so that if the highest threat minion's killed, the Hyena gets buffed and then kind of makes up some damage that the Huffer loses. But I think overall this is just powerful. Sometimes in Hearthstone you just do the thing that's really powerful and don't overthink it.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, that's the absolute god draw for Alutemu. This turn, I mean, just watch, like, the power of creation.
Do you just evocate to draw another card?
I mean, well, he gets another card to the right of it first anyway.
Oh, you're right.
I like the magic trick because it gives him an ability to get another card on the right-hand side that's not Conjurer's Calling, which is the worst card he can possibly draw.
Tom, let's go. Cinderstorm for lethal?
I guess Tome. Oh yeah. Oh, Cinderstorm's so
You can't
risky.
ping as well, though. That's the problem.
And it would have already activated the Rat, which is another card he does not want to see.
Ooh, this is so close.
It's got to be Tome. It's always Tome.
Conjurers and start conjuring those Huffers into bad 3-drops.
No.
Kappa.
Yes, I like this.
Funnily enough,
He's got to move quick, though.
Gotta go fast. Tome to... Oh,
Flame strike a
not
little
enough. Not enough.
AI, that's an
Oh, I
insta
thought
slam.
that was Frost. Giant, okay.
He's just got to do
Conjurers.
something. He's just got to find the. He's got to find the Frost Nova or Conjurers calling the
not,
Giant.
It's not enough, right?
Oh!
I lied. Wait. Oh, he
He's
needs
alive.
something. He needs something. Headhunters, does that help?
That's it.
Is it?
That's game.
Oh, yeah.
He's alive.
That's
He's
game,
alive
yeah.
at 2.
He can tank. Oh, he can tank the hit. He can still get this, which obviously helps massively. Okay, no, it doesn't. But yeah, the Headhunter's hatchet is going to mean you can hatchet and rat into the 7-8, live on 2 health, and the Hopper that is buffed to make it a buffer actually finishes up the game. And Staz goes 2-0 in his group. The Hunter pick, his class pick that he's favoured throughout Grandmasters, has won him the group and got him through to Sunday.